Welcome, friends! My name is Ren, and today you'll get to know a little bit about the crow-brained eclectic artist that runs this little corner of the internet. If you want to keep up to date with my channel and side projects, I post updates in my community tab and in this neat little Discord server I made called the Crow's Nest, where I hang out with you folks. If you like art, D&D, animation, or comics, consider subscribing to the channel. The flock would be happy to welcome you. I've changed a lot in the past few years, and I think it's always interesting to learn a little bit about the person behind the artwork, you know? I'm also super proud of the way I painted myself today. My art style is really coming together, and this is the first time I've drawn myself where it not only looks like me, but it feels like me too, you know? So firstly, yes, in real life I don't have blue hair, though I would like it very much, but I am a brunette. As you can see on the bottom, we have some little monikers with arrows that give a little bit of a description to the things I've laid out for you. Specifically, the fact that I am both pagan and I consider myself to be punk. I wear a lot of silver jewelry, and I wear leggings practically every day. Florida is way too hot for jeans, and they were the bane of my existence in high school. I also am pictured wearing a Shinedown t-shirt with a blue flannel on top. This t-shirt was actually inspired by a homemade bleached band t-shirt I made for a Shinedown concert that I showed you guys last in April, which I think is pretty neat. Also completely unintentional, the blue and orange outfit is complementary colors. That happened completely by accident, but I still think it's pretty neat. And on the necklace you'll see is the two necklaces I mainly wear. I will say in real life the first necklace on top is not a pentacle, but it is a Tree of Life necklace. I couldn't manage to get it to work. I couldn't get the tree to work, so I just did the pentacle like I do in my design. Beneath that I have a triquerta, and we also have some jewelry that's pretty similar to what I wear every day, mainly just a lot of metal. But yeah, and then further down we have boots. I hope you guys like the new art style. I'm really into it. All the harsh black cutouts are really cool. As for my cane, I gave it a very nice watercolor luminescent pattern. IRL, it's a very dark blue, and I figured, you know, there's a lot of dark colors going on. Moving upward, we see the Meet the Artist with my cute little signature and my username, and we can look over my likes and dislikes. As for my likes, in terms of music, I have what I would call a pretty eclectic taste. I'll listen to anything from like rock, metal, to like indie and bedroom pop, and some like orchestral and lo-fi, but the majority of my music taste is taken up by alternative and indie rock bands, as well as metal. I started out as a hipster, and then I moved into being emo, because weren't we all emo at one point? And then moving on, I did a hard transition into punk bands. Further down, crows, obviously. I love them. They're a bit of a special interest of mine. My favorite crow fact is that there is a species of crows that has the intelligence of a 7-year-old child. They have the same level of logic, reasoning, and puzzle solving skills as a kid, which I think is so cool. Like the fact that they can use like tools and stuff is just really neat. The next thing I'm a big fan of is simulation RPGs, specifically games like Animal Crossing, Stardew, Fantasy Life. It's my favorite game of all time, and of course D&D as well. I also am a big fan of musicals. My favorite musicals would be the Death Note musical, along with Jekyll and Hyde and Hadestown. An up-and-coming favorite of mine, it's not fully out yet, but Epic the Musical, it's based on the Odyssey. Next, of course, I love anything related to animation. My favorite TV show is The Owl House. Up there, I would definitely include Kipo and the Wonder Beasts. My favorite animated film, I'm gonna probably tie it between Elemental from Pixar, Nimona, and Sinbad and the Seven Seas. That's a bit of an older DreamWorks film. In addition to Brave, Pixar's Brave. That is my favorite Disney movie of all time. As for webcomics I'm really enjoying Rainbow, Cast Off by Star Pritchard, or the Starfish Face. Further down, we have coffee and chai. I am a big cinnamon fan as well, and I like putting cinnamon in everything. I like cinnamon flavors in everything. Basically, if it tastes like autumn in a cup, I will enjoy it. A bit further down, we have rainstorms and thunder. I love the noise. I love the thunder. I love how it looks. I love standing in it, even if I get wet and soaked. It's my favorite weather. Now, as for dislikes, first on the list is high-pitched noises. I experience sensory overload often. Very high-pitched sounds are one of the biggest triggers I could be around. A bit further down is pickles. Out of all the foods that exist in this world, I have a particular disdain for pickles and anything that's remotely vinegar flavored. Further down is injustice, bullies, and bigots. Think about everything you know about me. You can imagine why. Another thing I don't like, Netflix cutting my favorite shows. I just mentioned that I love animation. I also love adult animation. And Netflix has just been completely, murdering all my favorite shows. Like Inside Job and freaking Dead End Paranormal Park. Just because it's not a complete monumental sensation overnight, it doesn't mean it should be just cut, you know? Next one, being lied to. I have a particular disdain for this one. I don't enjoy liars or dishonesty, because to me, if you lie to me, that means you have determined what I can and cannot handle. I would literally rather be told that you don't want to tell me something than to lie to me. Further down, creepy crawlies. I'm a squeamish bitch, okay? I get freaked out by anything from bugs to snakes, frogs, what have you, okay? I live in Florida. I live in the freaking trenches of forest, okay? There's stuff here everywhere. I don't like it. Now, this is different from, frogs and snakes that are domesticated and live in terrariums. That's one thing. I don't like being in the jungle, okay? Moving to the top right. First off, my name is Ren. Hello there. Secondly, I am 20. I just turned 20 this past September. I go by they, them pronouns. Now, I will clear up a slight disconnect that there is on my channel, just so you don't feel weird about stuff, okay? So I do have they, she pronouns on my YouTube channel. I have them there exclusively because I don't really mind, gendered language in my YouTube comment section, because I know I have a very feminine voice. I'm agender, and if you don't know what agender is, it's a sub-label under non-binary. Specifically, I feel like I don't have a gender at all. I don't really feel like a boy or a girl, or even in between. I feel like nada. I feel like a person. Does that make sense? I don't feel inherently masculine or feminine. I know some people get about they, them stuff. So I guess what's good about that, though, is even if a transphobe were to try and misgender me, it's not gonna work because I just don't really align with pronouns at all. That being said, it makes me feel better when people use gender-neutral language around me. They're a very cool YouTuber. Would be preferred. Just because I like being perceived as a human being. It's just, I feel better when people look at me as a person first. That being said, I'm not gonna be offended if you use gendered language in my comments. I just prefer they, them. But honestly, I don't really care. The fact that you admire what I do and what I make is more important to me than what you think I am. That being said, this is not, of course, how every person who's non-binary feels. This is just how I feel about it. I prefer they, them, but if I see she in the comments, I'm not really gonna take it personally. Most people don't even look at YouTube bios. Next, I am Enneagram Type 8. If you don't know what it means to be Type 8 on the Enneagram personality type list, here's a quick image showing you what that means. Yes, I got into a huge phase of doing the personality quizzes, so of course I did list both of them. For my Myers-Briggs results, I am an INTJ turbulent. As for my D&D related alignment, that it would be in the realm of chaotic good. We covered this in my turning myself into a D&D character video and why I chose that. My Hogwarts house is Ravenclaw. If you couldn't get more on the nose. Moving on to my flags, there is the agender flag, and I am also a lesbian. I know some people are gonna find that confusing, how a non-binary person can use the term lesbian. Basically, I am often perceived as a woman, and I'm really only attracted attracted to women. Ergo, I use the word lesbian because it's just the easiest thing to communicate to others. Realistically, the term to use for me would probably be sapphic, but that's a bit of a newer term that not a lot of people may know. Lesbian is just the easiest one for people to understand. Right below that, we have my favorite colors. Yeah, I have quite a... I don't really have one favorite color in particular, aside from just blue. Below that, things I collect. I collect bones, stickers, bookmarks, rocks, books, and art supplies. I know what's going to stick out is the fact that I collect bones. Here is a general definition of vulture culture on the screen for you, but I'm a part of vulture culture. If you know what that is, neat. Otherwise, yeah, it's a weird interest, but I love it. So there we go. Bit to the left, we have my nationalities. I consider myself to be Italian American because I was raised by Italian immigrants. Below that, we have the languages that I know. I mainly just know English and Italian. I'm a native English speaker, obviously, but I would say my Italian speaking capabilities are at like a 2 out of 5. I'm still learning. As for my star signs, I am a Virgo sun, a Gemini moon, and a Gemini rising. And now finally below, we have my bag. Yes, there's a lot of stuff in here. Let's just go from bottom to top, shall we? So on the bottom, this isn't in my bag obviously, but I pretty much only use crossbody bags exclusively. Y'all know I use a cane. I actually experience pain in both my legs that can shift from one to the other more so depending on which one I'm more reliant on. So I have to switch my hands frequently when I use my cane. So using a shoulder bag is just much easier because I can swap my bag to the opposite side my cane is on, so I'm not constantly knocking into my bag with my cane. Right to the left of that, we have the stim slug. My favorite stim is this weird little plastic slug thing I got from Hobby Lobby. Right above that is magnetic beads, which is basically what it sounds like. I like just pulling them apart, and it's a quiet thing for me to do. Right between those two, I have brown sugar vanilla perfume. I always keep this small bottle of Bodycology perfume in my purse. It's my favorite scent. Right above the bag, we have my earplugs. Right next to that, I have a resin knuckle duster that my friend made for me. I also have a multi-tool because, well, you know, what I've noticed is people in Florida are absolutely unhinged. So I carry around a knuckle duster and mace just in case, because you never know. Right above that, I have what I call the cutest but the most impractical wallet known to man. Is it bulky and impractical? Yes, but is it aesthetic and what I chose to use when I was 16? Also, yes. But you know what they say about hindsight. Right next to that, we have my phone, my iPad with the Apple Pencil and stuff, and I put a little charger next to it. I am really bad at leaving work at home, so I literally bring my drawing tablet with me everywhere. I'm trying to do it less, but I'm failing. A bit further to the left, too many lipsticks. I have at least 5 lipsticks in my purse at all times. I'm just a fan. And yes, all of my friends tell me I should just pick one and stick with it. And my answer is no. Optional Switch or 3DS. I'll bring my Switch for like a long car ride, but I'll bring my 3DS for places that'll be going out in public. And lastly, because I forgot to touch on this, my height is at the bottom. I am 5'7.5". So that was my Meet the Artist video. Real quick, I do want to show off this amazing fan art that Gavin sent me a little while ago. I wanted to include it in the animated story time, but that's a much longer project. So here you go, Gavin. I'm sorry. I wanted to include it in a bigger video, but this'll have to do. He's an incredibly talented miniature painter, and I literally cried when I saw this mini. It has the cane, it has the bow. He made a small Tinkerbell. I can't. It's even emotional thinking about it. It's so thoughtful. It's so nice. Thank you, Gavin. This is incredibly sweet, and I just wanted to show it off because you did a great job. Thank you, Gav. With that being said, my next YouTube video will be the Halloween special, which I'm super excited about. Basically, I'm going to be drawing my dream Halloween costumes, and then after that will come the cringe Wattpad OCs. But yeah, thank you for sticking around. Again, if you just want to like hang out, post some art, like talk about pets and video games and stuff, my Discord invite is down below. Subscribe if you liked this. I have some other pretty cool videos on my channel. For now though, until Halloween, I'll leave you guys off. Stay hydrated, stay safe, and be yourselves. Ciao!